Hi, everybody. I've never trended on Twitter. I'm disgusted, actually. Go on, start tweeting now, will you? Continuum Labs is the hashtag. Delighted to be here. Hands up who's not on Twitter. Okay, you're going to get loads of free advice now. Okay. Okay. A lot of people, we've been talking about websites and how to get people, through the sales process and all, but now I'm going to talk about how to get people to your website. So Twitter for me, just to give you a bit of background about me, I'm the author of Tweet Your Way to Success. I have 34,000 followers on Twitter, and I have created huge communities on Twitter, and I am very good directing sales, like people to your website, right? So that's what I do. I started on Twitter because I had my own business about 5 years ago. I started a business. My daughter, lads, yous are going to love this story. Okay? My daughter got her first period. And did I say the word period? I did. And what happened was, I felt sorry for her, right? So I went to the shop and I said, look, do you know what? I'll get her some kind of starter set and I'll, put something nice in it and I'll make her feel a bit special. And there was no starter set, so I said, hang on, that's not right. I hadn't got a penny. I had no money, right? I had a bank account that had unpaid direct debits left, right and centre. Sorry, Bank of Ireland. Sorry about that. My dad had just passed away. I was devastated, and my marriage was just breaking up. Wasn't so devastated about that, but we're still friends. My daughter is hearing impaired with a severe language delay, and she was just about to start school. So I was like, right. And I was hitting 40, so there was quite a lot going on for me. So I had all these things, my ducks were all lined up in a row for me to do something, but I didn't know what it was I wanted to do. I knew I was good with people, and I knew I was good at sales and customer service, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So everything was lined up for me to do something. I got the light bulb moment. I said, okay, I'm going to do it. Because you all know yourself, if you lose someone dear to you, it's really, really horrible, and you kind of start thinking, do you know what, you only live once, and then you go, I'll do it, right? So I decided I'd go for it, and not a penny or anything like that. Created Funky Goddess, a gift box for girls that mums or dads or big sisters or godmothers or godfathers could give their daughter for when she came to that awkward milestone. Went to Dragon's Den, was on the telly on Dragon's Den. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. You might cry though, because I cried. I'm the girl that cried on Dragon's Den, right? God. So I kind of became a bit well known, but the thing was, I still had no money. Still wasn't making any money. I needed to get investment to make that gift box profitable. I needed to go to China and get it cheaper. I had no money, so I got investment on the telly. It didn't materialize afterwards, which sometimes happens, and I just kept going anyway. Did I bitch about it? No. Did I keep going? Yes. And at this stage, I barely had a Facebook page. And my sister said, we need to get you on Twitter. I was like, Twitter? What do I do with that? That was 5 years ago. Now I have 34,000 followers. What I started doing was, and this is what I need to emphasize today, Twitter is all about building relationships, talking to your customers, nurturing those relationships, and then taking them offline to either direct message, Skype, or a coffee. Okay? So what happened was I started using Twitter. I started talking to people. And from talking to people, I realized that there was a lot of other people starting out like me that were in the poverty trap and didn't really know how to get out of it. I didn't know the lingo. I didn't know the right words to use. I didn't have the right clothes. I was on social welfare for years, so I didn't have anything, So I was going into these networking events feeling a bit like out of my comfort zone, feeling like I didn't belong there. And I said, I can't be the only one feeling like this. So I decided to create a community of other small business owners. So I created a hashtag called Irish Biz Party on Twitter, and we started communicating. People started talking to each other. People started saying, do you know what, my mother would love one of those products. Actually, do you know what, I live up the road from you. Let's go for a coffee. So I started to see Twitter magic happen. And for people that aren't on Twitter, the demographic on Twitter, maybe your customers aren't on Twitter, okay? But if your demographic is age 35 to 55, and if they're over 55, the highest growing demographic on Twitter are the over 55s. So if your demographic if your target customer is in that kind of age bracket, then you need to be on Twitter. Lots of small business owners are on Twitter. Entrepreneurs are on Twitter. They use it so well. They're actually getting ahead of the bigger guys. The bigger companies are missing out, and they're starting to fall behind on Twitter, because what are the small business owners doing? They're talking. They're talking, and they're treating people like human beings. They're starting to talk to each other. They're talking to their customers. They're asking how their day is going. When was the last time you turned around and asked one of your followers, how's your day going today? How did that awards thing go for you? How did the new contract, that meeting you had, how did that go? When was the last time you asked someone that? If you are a good person and you do the right thing and you help others and you share your knowledge, you will do really well on Twitter. What I do every day is I try and do one useful introduction every day. And it could be just connecting someone with the right person. Paul is here from Big Red Button. It could be just introducing Paul to the right person who I know can help him today. It could be just connecting someone. Like, I don't have to do a big, long introductory thing like I have to do on LinkedIn. Twitter is not LinkedIn. Twitter is more laid back. You can let your personality out. You can be a bit playful. My Twitter handle is Tweeting Goddess, for God's sake. And when I chose that Twitter handle, because the other business, I sold it in the end, because I realized I was really good on Twitter and I was really good at marketing and I had great ideas. I went, hang on a second, maybe I should be doing this instead. So some of you might be familiar with that. Sometimes you start your journey in one place and then you end up doing something totally different. But changed my name to Tweeting Goddess, and people started saying, Tweeting Goddess, who does she think she is? Those people? Those people that kind of go, God, she could do it losing a few pounds. She's a bit, like, getting a few wrinkles there, like Tweeting Goddess. She's 45. I blocked them all, right? And then I carried on. And they still give out about me, but sure, But, don't feed the trolls. Yeah, exactly. So if you have a Twitter account and you're going to create a Twitter account, right, which we're going to have you on by the end of the day tonight, right, you need to put a picture up there. People are going to buy from people. Now, if your logo, you could put your logo up there, but I want to see the background team. I want to see the team in the background. I want to see the guys doing the charity race. I want to see your team going and picking up the delivery or whatever your Christmas party, maybe not the Christmas party, but something like that where you're actually there, you're smiling. We want to see the humans behind the business, okay? Now, if you're a business owner on your own, I want to see your face, your smiley face. People buy from people. If I have two businesses, two pharmacies, one is John and one is Mary. John's really nice. He's always retweeting my stuff. He's always, being nice and helpful and, stuff like that. And then Mary's always bitching about everybody and saying, jeez, you went up the road, my God. Which one am I going to go to and do business with? I'm going to go to John. I'm going to go to John because he's nicer, he's helpful, he's more positive. Good person, right? So people buy from people, okay? And this is really important to remember, especially on Twitter. I want to put it, if you're going to put up a Twitter account, I want to see a link to your website. Make it easy for me to buy. Like you were saying earlier, make it easy as possible for your customer to find your product. Put a link to your website. Put a link to whatever it is you want them to go. Tell us a bit about yourself. Why should I? Think about why would I follow me? What makes me so special? Why would I follow this person? Do I look approachable? Do I look friendly? Do I look like I'm going to be able to give value? Are you giving value? What do your customers want? Big Red Cloud, for example. I ran their Sponsor for a Day campaign on Twitter with Bank of Ireland, actually, funny enough. And keep retweeting. Anyway, and what happened was they wanted to connect with small business owners. And I said, okay, so your small business owners, what do they want? And they were online accounting software, and they were saying, geez, like, Sam, how can we be sexy? Online accounting software. I said, well, are you putting out tips? So small business owners, what do we want? We want to learn how to get more sales. We want to learn how to succeed. We want to learn. We want to be the best. And so I suggested that we start doing, okay, how to do a business plan, how to use Instagram, how to, top tips on how to get your website to blah. Start putting up content. If you're putting up good stuff and showing that you know your stuff, then people are going to follow you and they're going to engage with you and they're going to want to get more and more and more. And then what do? You get them all into one place like this. You get them all together in offline. What I did with Irish Biz Party was we had a huge community. We had a conference. I have a conference next week. We're sold out. I've got 250 female entrepreneurs in one room in the City North Hotel. And we built that community on the Women's Inspire hashtag. So any of the women here tonight, if you go onto Women's Inspire hashtag, 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night, there's lots of other women in business there. When you find all these people in one place, start talking to them, you know? Get your brand up there, get your logo up there. The benefits to your business are brilliant. It's free, unless I'm running your account, then it's not free. But it's free for you to use. If you use it correctly and start engaging and talking to people, you will do really well. You'll have potential customers at your fingertips. 85% of small business owners said that they would buy from a small business owner. Sorry, 85% of people said they would buy from a small business owner that they'd engage with on Twitter. And I've done it loads of times. I've given business to people I've engaged with. I've probably given business to people in this room, actually, from Twitter, just from seeing them on Twitter. I use the search on Twitter like Google search for me. You know, the people on Twitter as well are professional, urban. They have more money as well. They're more likely to click buy now. And you have a head start over your competitors, Eamon, as well. Because some of them don't really know how to use it correctly. Because it's all about people. And a lot of companies don't realize that. They're just putting out ads. I'm on Twitter. I do not want to be sold to. I do not want to be sold to. I want to be entertained. I want to learn. I want to have fun, and I want to have conversations. There's a lot of lonely people out there, okay? A lot of lonely people. There are people who have disabilities that are stuck at home, but they have, you know, they love Twitter. They start talking on Twitter. There's a lot of people, the over 55s. I think I was talking to Chris earlier about this. You know, they all got iPads for Christmas. You know, the grandchildren have emigrated, so they're Skyping the grandchildren for the first time. They're starting to communicate with technology. And my mom's on Twitter. I wasn't too happy about that now. But then again, my daughter wasn't really happy when I went on Snapchat, so, you know. But these are hashtags, so if you're wondering and you're not sure about hashtags, ask me. You know, I'm on Twitter. The reason I have so many followers is because I respond. If someone asks me a question, I respond. If someone asks me it could be a little question, I will answer the question and I will help you. I have guides, I have downloadable guides, all this kind of stuff. And when you do stuff like that, people remember you and they recommend you to others, okay? So there's different hashtags. What day is today? Thursday? Belfast Hour is on tonight. If you want to connect with people up north, start using Belfast Hour. Edwards & Co., a solicitors in Belfast, approached me and said they wanted to get more business and they wanted to be more savvy on Twitter. I said, who's your target market? Small business owners. I said, okay, we'll create Belfast Hour and we'll get them all in one place every Thursday. So now everybody knows who Edwards & Co. are. If anyone needs a solicitor, they're the first people on the tip of their tongue because it's hosted by Edwards & Co. Other solicitors won't take part in Belfast Hour because, you know, they're being polite, really, you know, but they won't take part. So the most well-known people on Twitter are Edwards & Co. for solicitors. You also have Irish Health Hour if you're in the health business. There's lots of different ones. Continuum Labs, yeah, brilliant. Create a community, right? So that's what those people have done. Irish Health Hour was a girl, Dolores, in my Twitter workshop. And there was another girl in the health space and another girl in the health space. I said, why don't you just create a hashtag and start getting together people in similar, and they're probably most likely going to do a conference as well. Take it offline. She has a website now. It's a business now for her. Reach out to leaders and influencers on Twitter. I was saying earlier on, Bank of Ireland, for this place, get all the influencers in and start talking about how great this place is and start getting the startups in here. Start getting the female entrepreneurs and the female startups in here. This is a great space. I didn't even know about this space. I was over across the road paying €4 for a cup of tea and sitting there at my laptop with the Wi-Fi when I could have been sitting here and doing the same. You know, I didn't know about it. Now, mind you, it's lovely over there too, but, you know, I'm just, like, if, you know, don't get me wrong, but I think it's really important that we tell people that this space is available. I don't work for Bank of Ireland, by the way, at all. Yet. I don't. Join in with Twitter chats. Be authentic, okay? I know when someone is not really nice. We all know someone who they're so fake. You know yourself. You know the people. So just be authentic. You know, just say it like it is. Be honest. You know, if you don't know something, say, I don't know, and then pass it on to someone who does know. Be nice. Don't bitch about others. Really important, because I get messaged all the time when someone's saying, sorry, guys. Jeez, I'm sorry, I've had a long day. I was at Connect 16 yesterday all day as well. How to engage your audience. It's really easy. Have you got your Twitter on your phone now? Yeah? Okay, I want you to click Compose Tweet, and I want you to click the camera icon, and then I want you to click the video camera icon, and I want you to just start your tweet and say, just watching Tweeting Goddess talk about Twitter video. And then use hashtag Continuum Labs, or Colin kill me if I don't say that. And tag at Bank of BOI Startups. I'm only joking, no, don't. Just say, just watching Tweeting Goddess learning about Twitter video, and then I want you to click and hold your finger on the red button. Just click and hold your finger on it. Hold that. Hold that, and then take your finger off the button. There, you've got a video on Twitter already. So that's a simple way to create content. That's content. So you can do a video of the lads getting delivery, of something happening. You know, we want to see, we're nosy, we want to see what's going on behind the scenes. I used to work for a hotel, and I wanted, like, they had, some of the girls were dressed up for Halloween. We got some of the customers dressed up for Halloween, and we just took videos, and it went down really well. We got sales that night on the website because it showed the human behind the business. It showed that the team were happy to work there. It showed the sense of humor as well, okay? Start using video. Go back and compose tweet again. You can delete that. You don't have to put that up, but it would be nice. So if you want to do compose tweet again, there's another little icon underneath. It's called Twitter polls. So you can ask your customers questions. So start asking your customers, what's your favorite color? Is it red, white, or blue? What's your favorite phone at the moment? You know, you could say something like that, like, what's your favorite accessory at the moment? Or what do you want most for Christmas? You know, put up the 4 options. So what you do is you click compose tweet, and then you click, there's 3 lines underneath. There's an icon with 3 lines underneath. If you just click those 3 lines, it gives you 4 options. So you can ask a question. Sorry. I don't know what's going on there, sorry. So you can ask a question, and you give 4 options. And so what that does is it asks your audience the question. It asks your audience the question, and then it also gives you content for a future blog post. Sorry, I don't know what I'm... So a future blog post you could have out of that Twitter poll. So that's how you do Twitter polls. Compose tweet, click the icon with the 3 lines, 4 lines, and that will give you the 4 possible outs. So that's just 2 things you've learned tonight that you can actually implement when you go home. Well, maybe not when you go home, but tomorrow, okay? Say something, use images, okay? Tell your story, take your audience on a journey. You know, I can't emphasize this enough. You know, when I was doing the social media summit last year, I brought them on a journey. I had photos of me on the bus, the Wexford bus, going up to Dublin to a meeting about the social media summit. And then I had another video about me in TV3 in the studio meeting Mattress Mick and having an interview about social media summit. I brought everybody on the journey. I was knackered, but I did it. And my haters were like, oh, she did it. My supporters were like, she bloody did it, right? So I put up a tweet the day of the social media summit. It says, wow, vision becoming a reality. If you can dream it, you can do it. And there you are, a full house of people at the social media summit. 33 retweets, 56 likes. Why do you think that tweet got so much attention that day?
Because you put the journey on.
Yeah, because they were following the journey, and they were like, she did it, you know? So everyone was able to see, and it was the story, it was a nice story, and also it's positive. It's positive, the wording is positive. It's a nice kind of tweet, isn't it? Twitter poll, you can use Twitter polls about getting research for a blog post. You can also use Twitter polls for fun, which I do a lot. Liam Neeson or Brad Pitt. I did it one Friday night. suppose some people had a glass of wine or two. Liam Neeson won. Well, he's got big hands, you know. So, so the secret is engagement. Start talking to people. And it could be just something simple like asking how to go last week at the event you were at, whatever. Be authentic, assist others is huge. And I think there's people in the room that would actually testify to that I do actually help others. It could be just an introduction. It could be just connecting them with the right person or giving them a retweet. Retweet others. It's not just all about you. So if, for example, you do start using Twitter and you're in insurance, start retweeting other people in the area. Let's say you live, where do you live? Or where's your office, sorry? Okay, start supporting Mars Pharmacies in Bagot Street. Start supporting other places in Bagot Street, around the area, other business owners. Create a community, Bagot Street biz owners. I don't know, create something that there's some kind of a community thing going on and start supporting each other. So start supporting other businesses around you. They'll do the same back, trust me. Keep away from controversy. Don't start getting dragged into arguments, okay? I just sit in the fence a lot, Support others, huge. That's really the secret. This is just before I go, we made this up from all the words that were used in the tweets during Social Media Summit. And as you can see, they're all very supportive, or they're all very positive, sorry. You've got great, social today, super, people, good, all nice words, We hit 117 million timelines. It was Justin Bieber's birthday, and we trended over Justin Bieber. We trended in Texas. I don't know why we did, right? Look at this, mobile. So 73% of people were using mobile at the event. Like this, it's powerful stuff, folks. If you're not on Twitter, or if you're not using, look, maybe if your target market aren't on Twitter, if they're young, age 16 to 35, Instagram, if it's visual, brides, beauty, Instagram. There's different platforms. Find out the right platform for you. And there's my idol, my Justin Bieber, who I met at the Social Media Summit, who I got him over to speak at it. I was dying to meet him. So anything is possible. Whoever you would like to meet, however you would like to have, sitting beside you, in front of you, you can do that. If you can dream it, you can do it.